just
No.
speak English?
Just English.
Oh,
Yeah.
my friends very like your song, play this song. So I want to choose this music name.
Oh, this is the music.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is this name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, thank you.
You sneaky little sausage.
So I started reading Ryan's
Hello,
Holiday, Ego is the Enemy. In the first chapter, the author wrote something that goes along the line. So when you're sitting down doing your work, remind yourself that you are delaying gratification by doing this. You are passing the marshmallow test.
Marshmallows.
So marshmallow tasks are more commonly known as Marshmallow Experiment that was done in the 1960s by the psychologist Walter Mischel.
My name is Walter Michel.
But he was a professor at Stanford University, and what he and his colleague did in this experiment was to get few children, preschool children, so 4 to 6 years old, and then they left these kids alone in the room with a marshmallow.
Okay, I can handle that.
And they told the kids,
If any of you need anything at all, too bad. Deal with your problems yourselves like adults.
they told the kids, hey, you can eat this marshmallow right now or whenever you want, but if you wait for me to come back, I'll bring you another one, and you have.
Could I borrow a couple of these?
So yeah, some kids did wait for them, and this include the former YouTube CEO Susan. She was actually one of the kids that waited the longest. Rest in peace. But most kids were just they just eat that shit as soon as the person left the room. But the interesting part is that a few years later, they tracked down these children to follow up on their life performances. So they check on their academic, health and well-being, and even social skills. What this experiment concluded at that time was that there's a strong correlation between your ability, your self-control, your strong will, and your success later on in life. I mean, nowadays this experiment has been receiving a lot of criticism, mostly revolving around their methodology. People say, hey, those kids are not really in the same sample, I guess. Some of them, there's a lot of other factors that contribute. Some kids were raised in a socio-economic that are poorer. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious that self-control is definitely something that can contribute to your success, right? So let's not care about what the criticism of the experiment is, but on what we can actually learn from it. So two things. Number one, our childhood time has a lot of effect on our adult life, whether we let it be, and whenever a conflict arises, react the same way as the 5-year-old you reacted, giving excuses to pretty much everything, complaining, blaming everything else but yourself, pretty much just become a little, just play the victim. Or you can actually identify, become aware of these shortcomings and flaws and traumas so that you can reparent and fix yourself and become better. So that's number one. Number two is that the ability to wait, to resist temptation, to delay the gratification, to say no to your impulses, not losing to your emotions, is very crucial for you to develop if you were to have any success, if you were to achieve anything in life. It's actually very obvious, right? It's very simple. So if you were gonna build something, if you let's say wealth, if you were gonna build your wealth, it's quite obvious that you have to resist the temptation for you to spend ludicrously, buying all this materialistic stuff that doesn't even contribute to your life value or your life quality.
Don't like that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to remember? Has always had a ring on his ankle his whole life. The only difference now is that I put diamonds in it.
I think the brand is so fucking powerful that it's making me buy a fucking crowbar. The crowbar and the Swiss Army knife, that's all you need to try, man.
What are you gonna do with it?
Fucking nothing, but I'm gonna own a fucking crowbar now, so that's the fucking shit.
So you've been waiting 10 hours for a crowbar that says Supreme.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Oh, I didn't even know it said Supreme. I just want a fucking crowbar.
Take another example. Let's say if you were gonna build your summer body, it doesn't really take more than an average person to realize that, hey, that cake is bad for me. It's not gonna help me achieve my dream body. So this banana or eggplant or peaches are a lot more beneficial for me because it will help you to reach your goal. Yeah, it's very simple, right? It's so obvious, but simple doesn't mean easy. It's hard. It's fucking hard.
Wow, that is really hard.
That's what she said.
Especially hard when those things, those gratifications, those distractions are right in front of our eyes, within our reach. So that's the problem with us, right? We have evolved to a species so advanced that we don't even have to go out of our house to secure our next meal. You can have your meal delivered to your front door, man.
And the delivery guys for serving it up nice and hot.
You don't even have to hunt or plant crops.
Wait a minute.
Plant crops. And for, offspring, for mating, you don't have to go out and meet someone, attract them, go out on dates anymore, right? You can just go online and beat your meat, and you will achieve the same experience, the same level of satisfaction in a way. So it's crazy that those things that we used to work for months, if not years, to achieve can now be obtained in minutes, if not seconds. And I think that's crazy. It's crazily dangerous.
Wow! Very dangerous!
So how can you say no to that? No to those things? No to those gratification? It's so easy to get. There's almost no reason at that time for you not to indulge in it. So naturally we are now have a lot less self-control, a lot less patience in a way compared to our ancestors. So how do you even build self-control nowadays? I don't know.
It's easy actually. All you really need is a basic emotional skill. But this emotional skill is best learned during our childhood time because that's when our brain is still developing. So whatever it is that you learn and experience and repeat over and over again during your childhood time, it will pretty much shape the circuitry of some part of your brain. And unfortunately, if you're someone like me, emotional learning was less than perfect at home and even in school. Probably because our parents and teachers, they didn't know any better at that time, back then. But the good news is that now, more than ever, there's tons of great books and online resources teaching about this stuff. Another good news is that emotional skills can still be relearned even after this critical window of opportunity in our childhood. But it's just a lot harder to learn in our adult life. But yeah, I won't be getting into those details just to keep this video digestible. But there is one really good sheet for you guys that I learned. And the cheat sheet is actually very simple. Whenever you are faced with two or more options, always choose the harder one. Choose to delay the gratification, choose to be better, choose to do the hard thing. So is it easier for you to get up in the morning and journal or meditate or exercise? Or is it easier for you to snooze the alarm and wake up with just enough time for you to shower and go to work? Is it easier for you to hit the gym after work, or is it easier for you to go home and scroll on your phone for 2 or 3 hours? Is it easier for you to take this video as a sign, as a wake-up call to become better? To start working on yourself?
Or is it easier for you to just watch on the next video and learn nothing and don't even remember what's the last 3 videos that you saw?
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch